Kia ora, a fairly unsettled start to this week. The return of some very high humidity air over us. We've also got some heavy rain warnings in place, places like the Coromandel and Tairāwhiti today. And we'll also find that wet weather transferring towards places like the Tasman region overnight tonight. For the rest of the afternoon, we'll have this area of low pressure up north, keeping this northeasterly feed of air, bringing that cloudier, wetter weather, particularly towards places like the Coromandel and those northern parts of Tairāwhiti. There's a heavy rain warning out for those regions as we go through to around about 8 or 9 o'clock this evening. The next area of wet weather comes in from the west, being driven in towards places like the ranges of the Tasman district as we head through the night time tonight. So a heavy rain warning for you. And it's going to be also a very warm, muggy night as we head across the North Island and the top of the south. The best of the weather, or the driest of the weather, down in the far southern parts of the country. Overnight tonight, this wet weather feeds across the Southland. Some heavy falls to watch out for, even in towards parts of Marlborough, and that rainfall reaching in towards Canterbury as well. For the North Island, showers, longer spells of rain, and also a feed of really warm, muggy air set to last through towards the early hours of Tuesday morning. But with the rainfall we've got this afternoon and also overnight tonight, we have got some heavy rain warnings already in place. For the Coromandel and those northern parts of Tairāwhiti, the real risk is as we head through the rest of today from Monday to about 8 or 9 o'clock. For those areas on the South Island, you can see the ranges of the Tasman district, also the Richmond and Bryant ranges. We're keeping that risk as we head through the night time tonight and the early hours of Tuesday morning. But it is going to be an incredibly warm, muggy, humid night. In fact, some spots through the Bay of Plenty, your nighttime minimum is about a degree or so cooler than your daytime maximum. Places like Hawke's Bay as well, 19 degrees Celsius, your lowest temperature as we head through the night time tonight. So another very warm, very muggy, very humid night. And it's also the similar story as we head down towards the South Island as well. So a fairly sticky start today, first thing on Tuesday. We've got that wet weather down south. It is slowly pulling away, and you can see behind it some clearer skies and perhaps even some brightness and sunshine for the North Island and the top of the south. But thunderstorms forming through parts of Southland and Otago. The back edge of this low pressure brings more wet weather back in towards Westland and Buller, and even up in towards Tasman again through the daytime on a Tuesday. So a fairly busy old day of weather. But for the North Island, the wettest time is likely to be first thing. Let's start off by taking a look at the North Island. Well, we start off with that front just to move across us. It does bring some wetter weather, even in towards parts of, say, Auckland, first thing, a few showers there. As we head through the morning, this starts to shift away out towards the east, leaving behind some clearer skies and some sunshine through parts of Northland, Auckland, Waikato. We'll keep hold of more showers through Taranaki and down towards Wellington through the daytime, also about these eastern parts of the Bay of Plenty. But out towards the far eastern side of the country, places like Hawke's Bay and up in towards Tairāwhiti, we'll find it's a drier, brighter day through the daytime on Tuesday, once that early rain clears away. And it's pretty warm as well. Temperatures back up to around about 30 degrees Celsius in Napier and Hastings. One of the warmer days we've seen it so far this year. And overnight temperatures again, very high. Look at those nighttime lows. 17s, 18s for Auckland for your overnight minimums. 27 your top temperature through the day there. Down on the South Island, we start off rather wet. You can see a lot of blue on our charts here. That clears away as we head through towards the afternoon for those northern parts of Canterbury and up in towards Marlborough. We'll find, though, we'll keep hold of a fair number of showers on that western coast, some of those fairly heavy. And I think we'll find showers springing up through Southland, Otago and Canterbury and through the afternoon. Some of those will be heavy, perhaps even with some thunderstorms. And with them being fairly slow moving, they do bring the potential for some fairly large rainfall totals through parts of Southland and inland Otago. So well worth keeping an eye on the radar charts there. Some clearer skies back with us towards those northern parts of Canterbury by the end of the day. And temperatures through here as well, the highest on the South Island. Back up to highs around about 27 degrees Celsius in Christchurch and Kaikoura. And I think we are going to find a better afternoon compared to a rather grey and wet morning. As we head through in towards Wednesday, we'll keep that low pressure close by. Still a fair bit of showery and cloudy weather on the western side of both islands. Drier and brighter up around those eastern areas. Again, another very warm day out towards parts of Hawke's Bay for Wednesday. And still following on from that very warm night there. Watching out for some more showers and thunderstorms, perhaps moving northwards up the far southern parts of the country on Wednesday, again through parts of Southland and Otago. but I think it is looking like a fairly active day for Tuesday. Keep in mind we've got that really warm, humid night ahead of us tonight, and I think we are going to find those higher temperatures back towards the eastern areas for Tuesday. That's it from me. This is from Metservice.com.